Hey, how's it going? This is Kevin from www.liveinbrazil.org. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to check a used car for any debts or tickets or back paid taxes or anything like that to see if it's clear and it's good to be able to purchase it. This is something you always want to do. You never want to take people's words for it when you're trying to buy a car in Brazil. My experience was that when I found a used car, that 9 out of 10 of them I called on had extra things that they didn't talk about in the advertisement, like things that didn't function, tickets or fines. So be very, very thorough when you're looking for a used car. Make sure it's completely clean. It could cause you a huge headache. Basically, here's how you do it. You go to the Brazilian Department of Motor Vehicles website, which is www.detran. whichever state you're in, .gov for government, .br. So if you're in Paraná, it's PR here. If you're in Santa Catarina, SC. If you're in São Paulo, SP. Rio Grande do Sul, RS, etc., etc. So whichever two-digit abbreviation is associated with the state you're in, you put that here. Not the state you're in, but the state the car is in. Sorry. So the last car we looked at in the last video was from Paraná, and we're going to take a look at it. On the main page, they're all a little bit different from state to state. Some of them are very like old-fashioned, hard to use. Some of them aren't. But what you need to find is somewhere where it says, debts. You can take and copy this link and you can paste it into Google Translate if you want to see if it'll help you find that link. But it doesn't always respond and work in Google Translate when you're trying to actually use the different fields. But basically on this side, it's right in the front. It's called Débitos Autuações do Veículo. Basically the debits and things about the car. So I'm going to paste this RENAVAN number. RENAVAN was the vehicle identification number we talked about in the last video. And basically it's the one you wrote the person about and asked them for. And in this state, you don't need to put the license plate number in. You just put the RENAVAN number. So I put the RENAVAN number in, copy and pasted it from my email. Then I need to put this control image to prove that I'm not a robot. All right, and consult it. Yeah, and I don't think you can translate this in Google Translate because it's a special internal link. Yeah, you couldn't really. So you could try doing it on Google Translate. I'm not sure it'll work or not, but either way, I'll try to walk you through it. Basically, here's the date and the time. You can print the extract if you want to see about the car. But let's say this is the car that I found on Web Motors in the last video, which it wasn't, but this is the license plate number. This is the basically the actual chassis number on the car. This is where it's licensed. Rolândia is the city in Paraná. Here is the brand. GM in this case. And the model is a Monza. Type, it's a passenger car, and it's an automobile. It's a personal. If there's any restrictions, there's no restrictions. And it's current, as in it's in circulation. It's, running around Brazil. RENAVAN, there's the number there. The year which it was fabricated, and the model number year. What kind of power it runs on, if it's alcohol or gasoline or diesel. And the color of the car, beige. IPVA, this is interesting. IPVA debts. This is IPVA is a type of tax, road tax. And I'll talk to you about what the different elements of IPVA are. But it says there's no debts, IPVA debts. There's a little green check mark, and that's good. So basically, your IPVA is paid for next year. Here's a couple of discriminations. It's called, I don't know the exact translation, but for licensing the car. In other words, if you're going to buy this car, you'd have to pay these things, or the current seller would have to pay it before transferring it. Licensing tax needs to be paid, 58 reais. DPVAT, obligatory insurance, has to be paid, 101.16. And these are different traffic fines and violations that need to be paid as well. In other words, there's a total of 425.32 that needs to be paid on the car in reais before you can license it in your name. So that's really interesting to know, because then the price just went up. Some people will sell their car at a cheaper price because they know there's these different debts on it and they can't afford it. So basically, when you buy the car, then you have to pay these debts and then transfer it into your name. It's interesting to take note of too, because if it says this on a car classified that the debts aren't paid or the taxes aren't paid, then it puts into question how much money they've invested into the maintenance of the car as well. So I would stay away from those if you could. These are the different fines that they received, which are mentioned above. Total of 3, and what they are. Yeah. You can actually expand them there. See exactly what they are. It's crazy how much you can see. What happened? This was in Maringá, Cafezal do Sul, Jussara, and it says exactly, what he did. He was speeding here, and he wasn't being safe, and he doesn't have the right equipment on the car. So in other words, this car is a real beater, and he's just driving around in it. He doesn't care. Anyways, anything else here? That's how it looks. That's what it looks like. If the car is all up to date and there's nothing wrong with it, then this will all be empty, and it'll say 0, and it'll have a green check mark. So this car I would steer far away from if needed. And this is how you check out the things to pay for them and stuff if you bought the car and it has some fines on it and stuff. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. I'll write it on the blog, a little more about it, which links to click on and stuff. But basically that's about it as far as checking the car for any debts or taxes to be paid or insurance or whatever. This is Kevin from liveinbrazil.org again, and we'll catch you on the other side.